Well, new path today, 8.1.1, path is 6 cents, and light them up. Only things that really matter on this path, there's active nodes, bubble shield, 6 cents, true lies, light them up, and both incinerate and shock vulnerability. Basically the strategy, and the only thing that matters is 6 cents, and light them up. 6 cents, they have a 50% chance to auto block anything you do, and light them up means if you hit them with an incinerate or a shock, not only are they vulnerable and get 200% damage while they're suffering from it, but they also are unable to auto block, I should say. Was it 200% or 200% less chance to auto block? Much better. And makes it a lot easier if you just bring an incinerate like I did with the Domino Holy Trinity. Yeah, it's not the holy, but I consider it holy considering just how much damage she's able to dish out. And, Massacre can also inflict incinerates, which is good to have an extra option. Red Hulk can't, but, it's okay. He's just kind of there for, to give Domino the ability to inflict her own incinerates. Got Doom in here as well, because he inflicts shock and I need him for the Hyperion later on in this path. And Archangel is just, well, he's just kind of here in case everything else failed and he was my only other option left. We start off with this loot cage, and I don't know, these fights are all just relatively simple. Just, parry heavy with Domino, do the normal Doom cycle with Doom, Massacre. Well, he's Massacre, he's not much you can really... I love him to death, I really do, but... I don't know, just this much health pool, it just takes a long time, and he's only a 5-star. Mans doesn't exactly have the best, run out in Act 8 now. Kind of outgrown his usefulness, although he used to be one of my favorites. But it's okay. These fights are long, just because I probably could have bought better champions, I'm not even gonna lie. I got better ones, but it's okay. Bubble Shield, you gotta watch out for, just because I don't block on that 10th block, but hardly ever comes into play unless I'm actually closing my eyes like I am here, obviously. Take a full combo to the face. But yeah, so this path actually should have been uploaded and talked about first rather than the Caustic Temper and Flare path that I did earlier. But I'm stupid and I decided, hey, I'm gonna talk about the path that I hated the most in this act before actually going in order. Definitely not because I just forgot the order I did them in and totally didn't look at the video when I was recording it. It's okay. Out of order is the best kind of order. A little method to my madness. And of course the loot cage fight is taking fucking ages. But it's okay. It's okay. As you can see, I get auto blocked right there because I do not have an incinerate on him. But in the end it does not matter. Moving on from the loot cage. Just take the next path. And it's on to, I actually don't remember. Who is it on to? America. Yeah, see, this is where I tried something new. I tried to use Massacre. I don't know. I want him as a 6-star, I really do. He's one of my favorite champions in this game. He may not be the best or really even all that fantastic, but I've got a soft spot for him, and she continuously tries to auto block, but he's got all that block penetration, so it doesn't matter. Plus all of his incinerates are so easy to come by. Makes this little light 'em up node really easy, and so you can bypass all those auto blocks. He can gain power from just hitting into her block while there's an incinerate on her, which is good for getting up to his special 2, which does this that much more damage for every incinerate you have. Yeah, as you can see, she's already down to 62%, so he's got the damage, it's just he doesn't... I don't know. I'm just not the best player, especially when Massacre's in my hands. He's good, he's really good, but he's kind of squishy, and he doesn't have a lot, going for him beyond the incinerates. And that little special too. Yeah, plus America's look at this power gain up the ass. Continuously throwing her special 1 and lowering my power gain rate for my combat power rate, I should say. Every time she throws it, all those little purple passives that she's got. And she just continuously cycles up and up and up. I hate fighting her so much. I don't actually know the good counters to fight America. All I know is I can't punish her heavy, and I can't punish anything else she does, or else I get... Well, shit just happens like this again. She just gets lots and lots of specials, and I get to take them all to the face. Well, attempts to take them all to the face anyway. Yeah, so I'm scared. I'm playing afraid. I'm up against the wall as usual. And yeah, she's trying to auto block, she can't. I hit it with the special 2. It doesn't do as much damage as the first one did because there's no incinerates on her. And she's already up to her special 2, which, if I'm not wrong, is just going to kill me because it always does. Look at that. There goes almost all of my health. I have no idea how to dodge it. I dodge it randomly sometimes when I get lucky. But that's rare. I got another special 2, and I just, that's the only cycle with Massacre. Just incinerate for those damage, stack up as high as you can before you launch your special 2. That's your damage rotation. Look at that. She used a special 1. She's already back to another one. And again, and again, and again. I hate fighting her so much. She's really just such a pain. Especially on power gain nodes. Oh my god, was spite on her? Jesus Christ. But thank god there's no spite here. But either way, she goes unblockable because I don't pay attention to the bubble shield, which, as easy as it is to work around, sometimes you just forget. It's okay. I'm going to finish up with Doom, and I can show you why. Doom is actually like a pretty decent option for this because of how often he can inflict shock, and the shock vulnerability means that he'll be dealing a lot more damage while they're shocked, and especially if they have buffs like the Hyperion next fight. The shocks are just going to keep applying, and you're just going to keep doing more damage than you should potentially be doing in a normal fight, which makes this Doom rotation take a lot less time than it normally would. Because as powerful as it is very, very, very slow. Compared to, like, I don't know, beating this guy up with... I'm blanking. But you know what? There's faster options, and I know there are. But Doom is Doom. It's power control, it's not speed, it's not anything crazy. It's just control. And who doesn't love a good control? That's like all my favorite champions. Barring Massacre, of course. Dude's literally just, I don't know. I've got a soft spot, but it's becoming unwarranted because he's just falling out of favor. As you can see, yeah, like I was saying before, those shocks keep applying. I keep doing damage. One special 3 cycle knocked him down 40%. I'm gonna knock him down another 40 with this cycle right here. He's already down, about to be, about 20% now. Almost 30% down. And we launched the special 2. Because I was trying to wait for special 3, just launched a little bit too early, but it doesn't really matter. End of the day, he is dead. 2 special 3s and a special 2. Just that simple with the shock vulnerability. Doubling my damage quite easily. On to Spider-Ham, which he prevents specials because you don't want to get those porker poppers popping on you. Not that I really need them for the characters that I'm playing, especially with Domino, because her damage... Yes, a lot of it comes from her critical bleeds on the special 2, but you can just parry heavy for victory, which is what I end up doing here, because you don't need much else. Parry heavy means that he won't evade you. When he gets up to 10 charge, you just gotta watch out for that unblockable if he does. And beyond that, it's relatively simple. He's already down 20%, as you can see. And if you get those incinerates off her parry heavy, while there's another incinerate on him, it's gonna do that much more damage. We're just gonna stack the damage on the incinerate, because the incinerate does damage based on the damage your heavy does, and the incinerates all last a second longer because of Massacre, which means they do even more damage than your heavy technically did, if you, like, do the math. I'm saying it like I know all the ins and outs of this. I don't, but it's okay. It's just, the only reason I'm so familiar with it is because I used to use Domino a lot back in, was it Act 5? No. Yes, Act 5. I only had her as a 4-star back then. I had her for a 4-star the longest time until I pulled her recently. And so it was just my 5-star Massacre, 5-star Red Hulk, who I still have not ranked up past that point. Red Hulk is still sitting pretty at 5-star rank 4, but Domino did most of the work. And that little trinity I was running as a 4-star, did really decent work for me. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just chucking out heavies left and right. He goes unblockable because of bubble shield, and once again I forget about that. And it's okay though, because I'm not dead. I'm still standing, and he's gonna go down in I think about 1 or 2 heavies. That's how these fights tend to go. But I'm just trying to wait for him to pop his special so I can get a taunt on myself, heal up a little bit, make sure he doesn't get the special 2, because his special 2 is a nightmare to try to avoid, and I'm not trying to take block damage right now after taking that combo to the face. And look at that. He's down. There's about 50% of my health total, but it's okay. Now to Dormammu, and of course, I have to go with the boy Doom, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see Dormammu as like a defender on this path. Had I seen him, I probably would have brought, I don't know, Torch. But then can't go into Nova Flame because then that negates the Incinerate vulnerability because his Nova Flames aren't Incinerates. But it's okay because he's a Mystic, so he'll get Torch up there anyway. I don't know, would have been an easier fight with Torch, I'm not gonna lie. But with Doom, it's not so bad. Just control his power, make sure he stays away from his special 2. Because the special 2 just, it's a lot more annoying than the special 1. Special 1 is a lot easier to dodge without triggering your dex. Special 2, you're gonna have to take at least a few to the face or trigger dex and risk his degen, which is already popped on me and knocked off about 17% of my health. Which is why you don't want it on you every time you get a buff. And it ends, he will hit you with the degen. That's Dormammu's whole thing as a defender. That's the only reason that he's good. And of course, by instinct, I dex, and I don't know why I didn't dex the full special if I'm going to dex the initial hit, but it's okay. It's all good. I'm just taking that degen like a champ, because that's, that's just my thing, I don't know. Every time I fight Dormammu, I take at least 3 hits of degen, because I refuse to take off dexterity, and I refuse to stop dexing for whatever reason. It's just muscle memory. Honestly, any champ that has some mechanic like this, Mojo, Dormammu, anything like that, where you want to take off dex or else you're going to get a lot of degeneration, I just refuse. I end up just tanking it. Make sure I've got a full health champion to go in with it in order to, negate as much of it as possible, prevent me from dying. Even in war, I'll go against a Mojo boss and I'll just use my Apocalypse, won't take off dex, won't do anything, and just hope to God that the degen doesn't kill me. 95% of the time it doesn't. Like, even here, it doesn't kill me. Like, I'm fine. It just, it just kind of hurts a little bit. It's okay. It's all good. We're on a Mr. Nugget. I'm gonna hit him back up with Domino because, fun as Doom is, Domino's a better option. Just purely because of the Incinerates and me not having to move as much. Because of his reverse controls off of the, I forget what it's called, but the Delirious. Basically, whenever that's up, if you try to go one way, you're gonna go flying the other one. But thank God it's not on that special. The special one is always the one that gets me when I try to dex it when I have Delirious on me. Continuously get hit in the face with it. It's a staple of my gameplay. But yeah, so that's why I'm playing with the parry heavy, so I don't have to worry about any dashes back and forth. I just have to worry about, hitting that well-timed block and stunning him, making sure he can't hit me. I prefer dexing his special 2 because it's just easier. It's a 1-2, a little jump up. That's okay. Gotta make sure he doesn't throw a special 3. So I'm just dodging, waiting, just waiting. And he's sliding back and forth. There we go. Yeah. I don't know. Simple fight. Not really hard to deal with Mr. Negative so long as, you can either pay attention to the Delirious stacks on you, because it only really happens when he gets knocked down or when, something about his specials, I actually don't remember. I never really bothered to read his kit. I just go with what's easiest to go as an attacker for myself. As long as it's easier for me to defend or for me to hit him into it, I'm fine. I don't really need to read nodes beyond that, which does end up killing me in the future, randomly. But, for most of the time, I'm doing fine. Like, yeah, I've lost a lot of health, and yeah, it's just because I got hit in the face, but it's all good. And yeah, see, once again, Bulba Shield kills me. I gotta start looking at that counter, man. Every time it gets to 10, I think, oh yeah, I'm fine. Ain't no worries at all. But whatever, it's fine. I just pop Archangel for this last 13% because I'm trying to save Doom for the boss. Not that Archangel isn't good for the boss, I don't know, I prefer using a champion that can actually hit into him. It doesn't have to worry about getting heavied. Because I'm once again fighting the Hood on that Caltrops node. And, why worry about it? And, yeah, so Mr. Negative's down. I go on to the boss. Which, thank God I brought a bleed counter. Oh wait, no I didn't, because once again I forgot. But that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Because I am going on to fight. And I'm going to add APOC in here. Well, eventually I'm going to add APOC in here. Come on. There you go. I'm replacing Red Hulk because I don't really need the Trinity anymore. 2 of the members are dead and Red Hulk's not going to do much, let's be real. It's kind of bad. Well, until you get to 10 charges, but even then, as a 5-star rank 4, it's like bringing a noodle in there. Starting off with Doom because that's just what I know. Gotta get the feel of the fight back. Because this is the thing with these bosses, it's like, yeah, if you know how to fight them, you know how to fight them. It doesn't really change that. Every time you go into this, you're so used to fighting against different nodes that you just gotta get that feel back. Fight with what you know, and then you can come back to it. You know, APOC would have been the better choice to begin with and end with, but... And that's only because, you know, you just take that Caltrops once or twice, he becomes bleed immune, you don't have to worry about it again. Which is more than I can say for Doom, who every time I mess up and activate that Caltrops node, I just end up bleeding for more and more health. And that's what ends up killing me. Constantly. Every time I fight this hood boss, I will probably end up dying at least once. Or at least, you know, taking a majority of my health out by that bleed. Hood is not a threat. Hood is never a threat. It's the nodes that make him, you know, hard to deal with. Purely because he just refuses to throw his specials. Ever. Always. And you have to end up dashing back. And, you know, no bleed counter, you get Caltropsed. I keep saying bleed counter. It's bleed immune. It's bleed immune. But yeah, 50% of his health is down. 78 hits. Not a terrible fight so far. But, you know, again, fight's not over. And, I don't know. It's, yeah, see. Mess up that little go in and I dash back for Caltrops. Because I get afraid that his block damage is going to kill me. I mean, it was going to kill me. Wouldn't have mattered, I was dead either way. But still, I activate Caltrops like always. But it's okay. I finished the fight up with APOC because... I don't know. I could have used Archangel. Just didn't. I don't know. Archangel was just kind of here. Finished up one fight, didn't really do much else. He's my little backup. That's what he is normally. Never really use him unless it like specifically calls for him, like a, I don't know, like a bleed vulnerability node or a, oh, you have this annoying node and I want to shut it down type stuff. But a lot of the more annoying nodes are paired with like unblockables, which makes playing Archangel, I mean, it's not impossible, it's just a lot more annoying. And look at that, I lost 50% of my health to Caltrops because of course I did. I can't believe this. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. There's not much to go on in this fight. It's just Hood. You know, just a normal APOC rotation, special 2, special 1, special 3. And you're chilling. But it's all good. Yeah, I don't know. It's more on the fact of just, I don't know, Archangel, as much as I like him, I've never been particularly good at staying alive for multiple fights with him. Just because that very heavy damage, that chip damage, just it ends up taking a toll on me. And what am I supposed to do, right? Oh my god, the chip damage off that special 2. This is why we bait special 1s, kids. Well, at least for Hood. For others, you know, it depends. It's very dependent. But typically the special 1 is the less damaging one, especially if you take one out of the block. And for whatever reason, I don't refresh my debuffs with APOC. Oh, look at that. I actually did. Just barely in the nick of time. But yeah. No. Not going for special 3 would have actually ended the fight. I probably should have gone for that, but it's okay. One more special 1 finishes it off, and he's dead. Pretty easy path, not even gonna lie.